A couple of days ago, I made a video on how to wash a normal load of laundry well, and I got a lot of feedback that was really helpful. So today I'm going to do the same thing, but this is not going to be a normal load of laundry. This is going to be a load of laundry that has some linens that are soaked in urine. And before anybody says, yes, people have accidents, kids wet the bed, all people of all ages can have accidents, and that is laundry that needs to be washed because everybody deserves clean laundry. So let me show you how I handle it. Here is the laundry in question, and here are the 2-star ingredients. Now, because I wash this laundry every week, I like to alternate every week on which one I choose. And this week, because I think more people have this, I'm going to use vinegar. Now, you'll notice mine is extra strength, but perfectly regular kitchen strength vinegar is also going to work fine. You're just going to need a little bit more of it. I'm going to add my vinegar to a bucket for soaking. You can also do this in a bathtub, but I don't have a lot today, so I'm going to use a bucket. Now I'm going to fill my bucket with hot water, and then I'm going to put the dirty linens in the bucket and soak for 6 hours. And here it will sit for a really long time. I'll come in occasionally and just kind of agitate this a little bit to make sure that everything is getting really well soaked. I soaked those for as long as I could, but I've got to get this order done. If you could soak even overnight, that would be even better. And then I rinsed them right there in the bathtub. Now they are alone in my machine right here, and they are ready for their washing. So let's talk products. This whole collection here are my tried and true heavy odor removal products, whether it's urine or smoke or just heavy odors. These are the things that I'm going to pull from. So first up, detergent. I am going to use either Persil Oxy and Odor or Tide Hygienic Clean. Now, I do this laundry every week, and I like to rotate just to keep the nose fresh. So last week I did Tide Hygienic. This week I'm going to use Persil Oxy and Odor, and there's just 3 little things in there, so I don't need a lot. And you don't need a lot anyway. Remember, I told you that. You really just need 2 to 4 tablespoons. So I'm gonna probably go in there with like 1 tablespoon. That's too much. That's too much. So just a little bit. Next, I'm going to use a booster, and you want to use a booster with enzymes in it for urine. Now, my booster is a mix of equal parts of borax, washing soda, OxyClean, and Biz. Biz is the enzyme booster, and I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of that. That's going in my drum. And last but not least, not to get super complicated, but I'm going to use a rinse aid for a little more odor removal. And if you only use one of these, that's fine. Either or, but I like to cut it 50-50. This is Lysol sanitizer with a black lid. It is stronger than the blue lid. I love the blue lid, but for this type, black lid. And I'm going to cut it 50% with Odoban. I just used the cap on this. My rinse goes in my softener tray, and it can only hold about 1/4 cup. So that's as much as I'm going to put in, because otherwise it just leaks out into my drum and it goes in with the wash, and that's just wasting product. That little concoction goes in the softener tray. And if you don't have a softener tray, because lots of people commented on my last video that they didn't know where to put the vinegar because they don't have a softener tray, it needs to go in the rinse cycle, so you could use a Downy softener ball. And we will wash. I'm going to wash this on hot. The last thing that I'm going to do, and probably the most important step, is I'm not going to dry it in my dryer with heat, because heat is going to reactivate those odors. So I'm going to go and take it and put it outside in the sun to dry. Now, this is going to get a little bit tricky come a couple of months, because I live in Ohio and I haven't handled this order in the winter. But if you have to use your dryer, low heat, so you don't bake those odors back out after you worked so hard.